Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 62 of the Tyler Fischer Show. Good to see you. Is that him? Is that really him? Yep. Take a good freaking look at this. Huh? You like what you see there? Look at that. Oh, the beard is gone. Moment of silence for the beard. The beard is gone. Yeah, for those of you who are listening and not watching, I used to look like Zach Galifianakis, had a premature sick baby with Macaulay Culkin. I now look like Macaulay Culkin had a sick baby with somebody who looks a lot like Macaulay Culkin, a female Macaulay Culkin. Somebody said I looked like Jim Carrey on crack. I was like, yeah, man, beard is gone. Mixed reaction. Very interesting to see, especially from the female community, or the bonus hole community, as they're calling it now, ladies. Some of your bonus holes are dried up. Some of them are wet. Some of them are like a bonus well. But I got a lot of DMs from the gals. Oh, yeah, some angry ones. I should have screenshotted them. Some very angry women. Just DMs that just, no, fuck you. I don't like it. Who are you? I'm pregnant. It might be yours. Why are you answering my DMs? You owe me child support. Just angry. My favorite one. And gosh, women can be so cruel. My favorite DM was, oh God, now I know how men feel when women take their makeup off. Bitch. You bitch. So mean. Like, first of all, and everybody knows this, I shaved because I got a role in a movie. Like, how about congrats on living your dreams, Tyler? How about nice job fulfilling the impossible in the time of cancel culture and in the time of actor strikes and writer strikes on getting a role in a movie? How about that? Just a little feedback for you guys. Because I get a lot of feedback. I'm going to give you a little feedback. But no, some I'd say actually more women were nicer. More women were more excited. But I just find it interesting that people go out of their way to be like, oh, you look better. It's still an insult, right? Because basically they're saying for the last 5 years when you had a beard, you didn't look good. Or like, now you look handsome. And I know that sounds like a compliment, but now you look handsome also means before you looked ugly. But yeah, it's very strange, and I'm glad I didn't record an episode last week because I looked sick. When I am squeaky clean shaven, it's not a great look. So, anyways, the movie's done. The movie's wrapped. 5 weeks, crazy, intense, sometimes physically, emotionally, and spiritually brutal. Right? Freaking brutal. Right? Now making a movie's brutal. And it is. It is. It obviously depends on the role you played. I had, like, I'd say there was a lead, and then there was 5 supporting the lead. So, like, I kind of came in halfway through the movie and then was in the whole rest of the movie. And it was awesome. It was challenging. I'm so grateful, you know. This is a dream come true. And it's because of you guys and gals. I don't have an acting agent. I used to. Oh boy, did I. And so again, like, I kind of got this from Instagram because they saw my stuff and saw how much you guys shared it. It's not just they saw my stuff, you know? It's like, if they saw my videos and they had no views, psychologically, you kind of go, this guy sucks. Right? He sucks. He sucks, right? This guy sucks. Oh, he's a big sucker, right? He's sucking. Sucks the life out of you, doesn't he? No views. No views. Nobody's watching. Like a Biden rally, right? Like 4 horns in the parking lot of an elementary school. Nobody's watching. No, think of it. How sad. How sad. And so it's just incredible. And the movie's done. And I lived in a hotel for 6 weeks in Nashville. Real quick, I just want to get this out. My next 4 shows, August 7th, Brooklyn, New York. I do my kind of hour of workshop material. That's August 7th, Monday, August 7th at 8 o'clock. Brooklyn, New York, Old Man Hustle, Brooklyn Comedy Club. Tickets, TylerFischer.com. That's one of my favorite shows because it's kind of me. I do some older jokes, but I workshop some new stuff. August 12th, Soul Joel's Comedy Dome. That's in Pottstown. Pottstown, where the pot was invented. You know this, the pot was invented. Think of it, they had no pots before. And then the Democrats took away their pots, and now nobody boils water. Right? Think of it. No, think of it. August 12th. That's Saturday, August 12th. I did that maybe 6 months ago in the inside, but now they've got this cool outdoor dome, and it's going to be a blast. August 17th, Mulcahy's Pub. It's probably not how you say that. Mulcahy Pub and Concert Hall, 8 p.m. in Wantagh, New York. And that's Long Island. We call it Long Island. No, they call it Long Island because it's frankly so long. And then I'll be at Vulcan Gas Company, 8 p.m., Austin, Texas. That's the show I had to reschedule because of the movie. September 29th, Friday, September 29th, 8 p.m. It's almost sold out, so we'll probably add a second show on Saturday. And we're going to also build a little tour in Texas. So we're working on that. So there'll be some other dates around that, and fingers crossed, hoping to hit Dallas and Houston, those areas. Maybe San Antonio as well. Doing our best. No agent. So this is all like cold emails, door to door, me and my manager John reaching out, getting contacts. But we did Zanies on last week, Zanies in Nashville, which was honestly a dream come true. I mean, filled the room up. John Christ was a special drop-in guest, one of the funniest guys of our time, and it was an absolute blast. I started out after I wrapped the movie, I went to Huntsville, Alabama. That show is wild. I just posted a clip from it. I'll show that a little later in the show. And then went over to Hoover, Alabama. And y'all are fucking crazy. Let me just say that. Crazy, but I love you. Do you know what I mean? Crazy in a good way. I've never been to Alabama. I've never been to Alabama. The only reference of Alabama is from my cousin Vinny. So, it was almost like, how people will go to... where is it? Like King of Queens or whatever. They'll go to where the TV show was filmed. Maybe it was in New Jersey or something. Or they'll go to the set of Friends or the coffee shop from Seinfeld. That's what this was for me. That's how excited I was to go to Alabama just because my favorite movie is My Cousin Vinny. So that was my only reference. I was looking for the sack of suds. I shot the clerk. These are all references few of you will get. And, some oddball characters in My Cousin Vinny, if you've ever seen it. One of the best character movies ever. But some fucking hicks down there. And again, I mean that in a good way. These are my people. I mean, I'm inside. I know I have to look a little more sophisticated. I live in New York City. It's a fast city. It's a little woke. I gotta, but I'm a hick inside. I'm a fat fucking hick. I just like to lay around. It's 10:30 p.m. and I'm just getting to making this podcast because I've been laying around and eating subs. I had a meatball sub. I'm eating, 4 cups of coffee. Took a nap. I'm a fat fuck. I'm a fat hick. If I could gain weight, man, this would be a different story. So it was wild, and I got heckled. Like it was a room of fans, but I didn't know that. I mean, I thought they were fans, and then the show started, and everybody's talking and yelling at me and interrupting and putting their own punchline to my joke. It was, now I kind of like that. I'm not complaining, man. I'm living my fucking dream. I got paid to go do stand up in Alabama. You know? You're a good old boy. You shot a good old boy. You live in Alabama. And it was a blast. And honestly, I couldn't really even understand the heckling because the accent is so thick. The further south you get, the more that accent, the more hickory it gets. So like Nashville, but would y'all do you want to get some hot chicken in Nashville? Now we're gonna go down there, gonna sing. He's gonna have some good time. Gonna have a laugh and do. Like you can understand about 8 or 9 out of 10 words. Then you pop down to Huntsville, Alabama. I'm gonna see Joe there. My favorite comedian, Tyler Fischer, done all Fauci impression. Now we're going down to like 6 or 7 out of 10 words. Hoover, Alabama. I literally thought somebody was playing a banjo. I just hear bang 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 bang, and I look back, and it's a guy ordering a drink. And so the heckles were incomprehensible, but so fun. And I want to thank you guys for coming out. If you did come out, I almost I told a joke, and I don't think sarcasm has reached the South yet. You know what I mean? Like, they're still wearing Jenko jeans. Like, they're still drinking Bud Light. I don't even think that whole Bud Light scandal has gotten to them yet. So sarcasm didn't quite hit for some of the people in the crowd. And I had to hick translate. And I thought, like, I might have to bring a hick translator down south just to bring on stage with me. Just like you would bring a sign language person. You know, like I would tell a joke. I'd have my hick translator up there. You know, hey, everybody, thanks for coming out. You know, great to be here. I'm from New York City, my first time in town. And then the hick translator goes, I ain't gonna be here. They like, Jim, I want to New York City, a taxi. And then you move on. I'm single. Haven't had sex in a while. Hey, come on, hey, sing about it. Ain't going back. So that's just a thought. If anybody is down south and wants to be my hick translator for the next show, just shoot me a message. AIM, I assume you're still on AIM or MySpace. I don't think even Instagram has gotten down south yet. You can see slavery. You can kind of see. Now, the people down there are larger and slower. That's okay. It's very hot down there. They're not in an urban setting, so there's not a lot of walking. Like, I understand. I'm not making fun. But you can kind of understand, like, why they needed help with chores. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about slavery. You can just kind of, you go, I can see why they needed some help. Now, it doesn't make it right. Doesn't make slavery right at all. Slavery was horrible. And I certainly was misinformed about slavery. You would think it was invented by the United States. That's really what I thought. I did not know. God, I'm so brainwashed. The amount of unraveling I have to do from what I was taught back from when I was a little boy. I thought the U.S. invented slavery. I thought it was like we invented, I don't know. I don't even know what we invented. Electricity, right? Did we? Did we invent electricity? See what I'm saying? I'm a hick. I don't know shit. I can make stuff up and tell jokes. But I thought we invented slavery, and we didn't. And slavery has been everywhere since the dawn of time. And we feel like, including myself, which now I have a different view on, but we all think like, oh, if I lived back then, there's no way I would have taken part in slavery. Really? Really? It's like, really? Huh, you think you'd be one of 2% to stand up to slavery, do you? Putting your whole life on the goddamn line. Sure. It's comical. It is comical. Nobody would have. A very small percentage would have. And I think about COVID, right? It's like, well, look how many people lost their livelihood. Nobody stood up for them. Very few people stood up for them for fear of being ostracized. That's an easy one. Man, did we just have an easy little teeny tiny like sliver of what happened back then during COVID. We had that was what is don't shame people for 500, Alec. That could have been so easy, but that proves the point of how hard it is for people to stand up. It's 2% of people, maybe 5 at the most. Like, think about how many people got fired, got called anti-vaxxers, far-right extremists, all this, that, and the other, including myself, and I know a lot of you. How many people came to your defense and just to go, nope, that's not who they are, and let's respect their personal choice. You think you would have stood up to slavery? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? You were going to be the one person in your neighborhood, in your town. Let's say you had a town, maybe 100 people. 100 people living in your town. They all own slaves. You were going to be the one to be like, run along, slave boy. And by the way, everybody in the neighborhood, I'm going door to door, and I'm going to say enough. Nope. Really, you're going to go and tell people you have to do all the work now? You've got a farm, operating, 20 slaves, and now you're going to go do it all and lose your farm? No, I don't think so. That'd be an awkward walk around the neighborhood on Sunday. You're walking your Labradoodle, drinking your coffee. Hi. Saying hi to everybody. And you got fucking Billy Bob over there. He's sweeping up, looking at you, go, thanks a lot. Hi, what are you doing this weekend? Well, I was going to go to the Cape with my family, but now I got to till the fucking field because I don't have nobody to help me till the field now. Yeah. Okay. I don't think so. I think most people would have absolutely gone along with it, especially if they were born with it. Again, think of the trans stuff right now. Think how many people are not speaking up about what's happening, transitioning kids early, putting them on hormones, men playing in women's sports. Oh, it's so controversial. No, it's not. You can just say that's not okay, and I'm not taking part in it. Megyn Kelly's a great example right now. Megyn Kelly's going off because she's just going like, nope, done. I was playing nice. I was doing the pronoun thing. I'm fucking done. I love it. I love what she's doing. And so you wouldn't have done it. Most people wouldn't have done it. I mean, we would have, obviously. The based people watching this and coming to my shows, And probably because most of the people that come to my shows have experienced something like this and stood up to it and lost family, friends, etc. But look, I'm just saying, slavery, like black, white, whatever color you are. One of the first slave owners was black, by the way. And I think even nowadays, listen, how much do you hate chores? How much do you hate chores? Sometimes I think about just ending it all because I don't want to even drop off my laundry. I got home from Nashville. I've been living in a hotel. I've been eating craft services. I had to go to the fucking grocery store, and I was like, you know what? Wow. Man, I just want to end it all. Owen Wilson tried to kill himself. What makes you think I wouldn't, think about it? Because I fucking hate chores. I hate chores so much. So my point is, if somebody called you today, 2023, the phone rang. Hello? And they said, hi, sir. Do you hate chores? Yeah, I do hate chores. Would you like to never do chores for the rest of your life? I mean, come on. Well, of course not. What is that going to cost me? Absolutely nothing. Do you know what you would say and everybody else would say? They'd go, I'm listening. That's what they'd say. They'd say, I'm listening. And I'm talking about slavery, of course. Slavery was nobody had to do chores. It's awful. It's awful. One of the, worst things. By the way, there's more slaves today than there have ever been in history. But yeah, let's talk about climate change, Let's talk about the pandemic of the unvaccinated. Speaking of, did you hear? Oh, this is a sweet little treat. This is a sweet, sweet little treat. And I got to break the news last night at the Comedy Cellar because everybody was down in the basement and they have to lock their phones up like hours before the show. So fun. I got to actually break news on stage about the Pfizer, maybe it was 2 nights ago, the Pfizer plant, manufacturer in North Carolina. I'm sure you've heard the tornado that ripped through this fucking puppy. I think there was 50,000 pallets or crates of medication. Now, I hope nobody got hurt, obviously. That's not a joke. Not joking around. Come on, you son of a bitch. Anyways, I love this headline. This is from CNBC, which, by the way, is where I used to get all of my news. CNBC, MSNBC, MSDNC, think of it. NPR, all that shit. Pfizer says no major tornado damage to drug manufacturing areas of North Carolina facility. Okay, really? Okay, people. Okay, why don't we take a look at this picture? Look at that picture. What? No damage? I don't believe that for a fucking second. Pfizer, which, by the way, the P in front of that pisses me off so much. Pfizer, they could probably charge more or something because the name's longer. On Friday said, there does not to appear to be major damage of the drug manufacturing areas of its plant in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, after a tornado hit the facility 2 days earlier. The plant supplies nearly 8% of all sterile injectable medicines used in the U.S. Wow, that's a lot, 8%. Hospitals including anesthesia, analgesia, that sounds like anal jizya. That's a little on the nose, Pfizer. Put a P in front of that so it doesn't look so weird. Therapeutics, anti-infectives, and neuromuscular blockers. Pfizer added that the facility manufactures about 25% of the company's sterile injectables. All right. The drug maker did not say whether it expected the damage to lead to new drug shortages. Wow, could you imagine a drug shortage in this country? We probably need a drug shortage. Yeah, how terrible. Only 10% of our youth will overdose this month because of the shortage. So anyhow, a lot of people became religious 2 days ago. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. And, I don't give a shit. I don't like when this stuff happens. Natural disasters are terrible. But Pfizer could suck my dick, right? Could suck my little syringe. And they should not have allowed what happened to... I'm having side effects here. Even talking about Pfizer, I'm having side effects. They made the vaccine, fair enough. They got hired to make, If someone came to me and was like, hey, we're going to give you $1 billion, we need a bunch of jokes. People are sick. We want to heal the country. We're giving you $1 billion to write 100 jokes, okay? And you're going to go on TV and you're going to tell these jokes every night. Fine. Fair enough. But imagine if our government said, now everybody in the country is forced to watch Tyler's jokes every night at 8 o'clock for an hour. And if they don't, they lose their job. They can't fly in a fucking airplane. They can't go eat a cheeseburger. And I signed off on that. You probably would all hope my house got ripped up by a tornado. That's the equivalent. Pfizer made the drug. Fine. Hey, I like capitalism. But Pfizer didn't fight back when it was mandated and forced. So they can go suck they can suck my third wave. Anyhow. Did we talk about slavery? All right. So, the actors' strike is happening right now. I'm sure you heard about that. And I just want to give everybody a little bit of information here. I don't know if I talked about this before, but just so you know, if you're an actor, by the way, 90 to 95% of actors in SAG, the SAG, that's the acting union, do not make a living. I'll say that again. Closer to 95% of all actors in SAG, where you pay a shit ton of dues and you have to join to be in a TV show. Everyone you see on television is in SAG. 95% are waiting tables, sucking dicks, only fans, only fucks, whatever they're doing. And so, you know, maybe let's talk about that. Maybe the Hollywood actors should talk about that. Where were the protests during COVID when probably tens of thousands of actors weren't allowed to work because they didn't get a shot? Where were the protests? Where were the Hollywood people then? Going to your body, your choice. It's all a big contradiction. And to be quite honest, I hope Hollywood crumbles like that Pfizer fucking facility. I really do. They deserve everything that's coming to them. Now, I feel bad, of course, for the actors, but you know what? Maybe this is what we need. Maybe this is like our national divorce for Hollywood. Maybe you need to go somewhere else, you know? I mean, look, it's all woked out. There's a new mandate for to be nominated for an Oscar Best Picture. You have to have X amount of this, X amount of black people, X amount of brown people, X amount of fucking autistic directors. You know what I mean? Autistic, paralyzed from the waist down, vegan Tourette's, Vietnamese elderly, sound people, gaffers, craft services. And so that to me really is the end of Hollywood. And it forces other things. You know, Daily Wire's making stuff now. I did that Western movie with the Daily Wire. They're doing all sorts of stuff. Maybe this is going to force it to break off. And I really hope it does. So you can join what's called Phi-Corps, which I highly recommend. Phi-Corps is available for every union. And Phi-Corps essentially says, you join, you have the permission to do non-union at your own risk. And so that's what I'm doing. You still have SAG rights. You still can do SAG stuff. You just lose your privileges to vote on all that shit. So you probably don't have much say on like what's going on with the strikes, and you don't get the stupid DVDs that no one gives a shit about. I throw all those in the garbage. Who's watching DVDs? Oh, join SAG. You get all these DVDs. Wow. For a bunch of woke, stupid movies I don't want to watch? Garbage. So I just want to let you know that's an option. I used to make a killing doing non-union. Of course, there's a little more risk with non-union. You know, you have your union rules, you have protections, you have certain amount of hours you're allowed to work, certain this, that, and the other. But hey, now there's a strike. What if you can't feed your family? You can go do a non-union project. So I just want to let you know that. And if you Google it, SAG does a really good job of scaring the absolute fucking shit out of you and making you think you will never act a day in your life. It's so manipulative. Sag. You fucking saggots. So, yeah, I want to talk about this flight I went on my way back from Nashville, and you know what? First, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this clip. So this is a clip from my show in Huntsville, Alabama, because it was the one of the rowdiest shows I've ever done. So rowdy, including somebody telling me that I was doing the wrong joke in the wrong town. I did a joke about Pfizer, if Pfizer owned the airlines. You know what I mean? Because during COVID, it was so COVID crazy, and they're walking around and yelling at you, and the pilot's on there going, socially distance, please keep your mask on. They're walking around going, pinch, pinch, hey, got a pinch, please, pinch. You remember that shit? They would do that. Pinch, save a life, pinch. Pinch your little fucking mask. I'm going to pinch your fucking face. It's so, I really thought, Pfizer could own the airline. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Pfizer Air. I just want to give you do they teach that in pilot school? The elongated us? Some pilots like doing his test going, hey, thank you for flying Delta Air today. And the teacher's going, where's the Where's the They're not going to believe you're a pilot. They could think you're a terrorist. Thank you for... Longer. Elongate it. They're going to think you're Al-Qaeda. They're going to think it's another 9/11. Thank you for... Perfect. Thank you for flying Pfizer Air. Extra special thanks to our triple boosted, triple vax battalion members. We want to thank you guys for doing the right thing. That's why we put y'all up first class. And we do have some Iraq vets in the back. They fought in the Iraqi war and had their arms blown off for this country, but the vaccinated, you guys rolled up your sleeves and gave your shoulders for the country. Thanks for fighting for freedom. And we will be coming around with complimentary booster shots every 5 to 10 minutes because apparently, gee golly, these things don't work very well. We apologize for that. That's our bad if you lost your job or livelihood for not getting the vaccine. Speaking of, if we find out you are unvaccinated, we will be throwing you out of the plane once we reach our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet. We'll throw you right over Huntsville, Alabama, with the rest of the hick terrorists, pedophile Nazis. So, I told that joke, and then I told one more, and the guy, I'm not even kidding, a guy goes, wrong town. And I go, what? Because nobody laughed at it, which is fine. Like, I do some old jokes and stuff. If I go to a new place I've never been, I might do a joke for my last special because no one's seen me, and they may have not seen the special. So, like, you kind of got to mix in the material and add in some new stuff, and then eventually you'll kind of start over if that's what you want to do. But he goes, wrong town. I was like, what do you mean wrong town? He goes, wrong town for that joke. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, not town down the road, they don't like that joke. Not on this. I was like, what is happening right now? You're telling me that I'm not allowed to do a joke about a vaccine in this town? Like, it was so utterly confusing. People walked out. Some people walked out of the show. Now, there were some people that never seen me before. Because what happens, like, if you don't fill up the club, they will maybe offer discounts or free tickets just to fill seats, which is great. And I love having people. I like when it's split. Half people that know me, half that don't know me. So it was fucking rowdy. Somebody walked out when I did my gay Ukraine joke. Which I was like, that's enough. By the way, I love gay gay Southerners. I don't know why. It's just a fun accent. Like, that's too much for me. There's something about it doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? The mix of the gay and the Southern. But so anyways, I have a joke about a woman calling me a short king and saying, you know, I don't want to date you, but like, you're a short king. It's short king summer. Like, you'll be fine. And that is annoying to me because like, what do you mean short king summer? Like, first of all, just, you can call me a king. Why do you have to call me a short king? Also, short king summer, you're saying, what are you saying? I get one season for love? Short people get one season? Is this some kind of like midget Make-A-Wish? What are you talking about? And I couldn't do that. I could never say that to a overweight woman. Hey, babe, you know, you're too big for me, but you'll be fine. You're a pudgy princess, right? Look at those royal rolls. Look at that. I'd put you on the throne if I could pick you up, but I'm the size of a Lego. No, don't worry. It's sausage roll summer. You'll be fine. Fat queen summer. Eat it up. I know you will. No, it's fat fuck fall. You'll be fine. Like, I would be arrested. I would be shunned from society. And this woman yelled out. She's like, how tall are you? She just interrupted the show, which is crazy to me. Interrupted my show to ask me how tall I am, and no one gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit. Then I asked her this question, and here's the clip. I go out with women. It's unbelievable. Last week, a woman walked out of a date. She goes, you're too tiny for me, but you'll be fine. You're a short king. It's short king summer. That's what she fucking said to me. Have you heard this new term? Short. I hate it. And short king summer, I get one season for love? What is this? How tall am I? What do you weigh? You're 5 feet, and what do you weigh? What do you mean, why does it matter? Why does it matter how tall I am? She started this shit. Don't be a hypocrite. How tall are you? How much do you weigh? You fucking asshole. Toxic masculinity. You give me your weight, and I'll give you my height.
I already said that. I'm shape 120.
120, and you're 5
feet.
Fat Queen Summer. Women started screaming at me. I was kind of talking, you couldn't hear, but people were going, why does it matter? Why does it matter? This whole table of women, what do you mean, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. Why does it matter how tall I am? So you can ask how someone is big is this way, but I can't ask how big somebody is this way? You contradicting cunt? What are you talking about? I couldn't imagine. Women can do this. Women could do this. They can get away with it. And fine, but don't pretend like you don't have privileges, gals, because you do. You could, I don't know, for instance, ruin a comedy show or ruin the flow of somebody's performance and yell out and be like, how tall are you? Like it was a slave auction or something. Hey, boy, how tall's the boy? How tall's the funny boy? Open your mouth. Let me see your jaw. Bite that on this little apple. Little boy, I want to see how strong your mouth is. Yeah, I got a little cotton field. Let me see your little fingers, your little click-grabbing claws, your little cotton-grabbing claws. How tall is the funny boy? Imagine you're a deer. You put your little lips down at the imagine I'm at a Broadway show. A guy's at a Broadway show, a couple bros. They're watching Wicked. Okay? And then she starts singing Gravity or one of the songs from what's a song from Wicked? Let's see. Songs from Wicked. I'm ashamed as the son of a gay man. I don't know that. The Wizard and I, popular. Wonderful. Picture you're at a Broadway show. You're at Wicked. She starts singing Popular. And I go, what do you weigh? Gonna be popular. What do you weigh? Stop singing. What's the weight? I would be escorted out and thrown onto the sidewalk with the rest of the men who have been removed from society, who nobody gives a shit about. How many homeless women do you see, by the way? You want equality? How about some more homeless women? So, anyways, that was a clip, and that's what happened. And I just think it's I think it's why men are tuning into people like Andrew Tate, to be honest, because we're sick of it. We're just sick of it. And look, I had fun with it. I'm not complaining. Honestly, like, I had fun with it. I always have fun at my shows. Ultimately, you guys are paying. However, sometimes people do interrupt and like ruin jokes. I'm like, oh, that was like my best joke of the night. And somebody shouts out, how big's your dick? I know why Dr. Phil was at my last show. How big's your dick, Tyler? How big is it? I bet it looks big in your hands because you got them tiny hands. And so I do. I think it's why men are watching Andrew Tate. They're just tired of it. They're tired of the contradiction. And they're tired of, I'm not watching him. I've never seen him. I don't even really know who he is, to be honest. But this was the best part of my week, and I'm going to play you some stuff right now. So there's been a lot of flight cancellations. You guys maybe have realized that. Some of my cast members or people on the movie were stuck in Nashville for like 4 days straight. Every single day, every one of their flights was canceled. And they said it was because of weather. Because of weather. I checked the weather in New York. 80 degrees and sunny. That's interesting. So my flight's canceled on Monday. I reschedule the flight for Tuesday. Get to the airport. Everything's good. Everything sounds great. We pull away from the well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you call that thing? The gate or the runway, the fucking the thing. You know the thing. Come on, man. The digital IR. Get off the airplane. The canoe boat. You know what I'm talking about. My grandfather had it. It's a three-legged dog. He did a pony soldier. So we pull away, and we're heading towards the tarmac. The pilot comes on. I missed the beginning of it, but it was so depressing, I grab my phone and I go, must document. So here we go. I'm going to just play this for you here.
Here on the ground, and we've all decided that probably the best thing to do is, rather than sitting out there for 2 hours, the best thing would be to just return to the gate. Probably deplane, but I'll have you guys remain seated once we get there. Let me coordinate with the gate agent first, and then we'll go on from there. Okay? This is super frustrating. This has been my life for the last at least the last month, and I don't see it getting any better until like maybe October. But this is just kind of what we're dealing with right now. So I don't know. I guess there's some staffing issues. So if anybody's interested, there's six-figure a year jobs.
Let's take a pause here. First of all, I love going, this has been my life. I don't see it getting any better. Dude. Whoa. That's when people kind of were like looking around, just a little TMI. You know what I mean? Then he starts offering people jobs.
In the wonderful and rewarding air traffic control field, if you're interested, you can apply online at I believe it's FAA.org. If not interested, then that's okay. We're going to go ahead and return to the gate here, and we'll get more information for you as soon as we can. Appreciate it. Thanks.
First of all, you never want to hear a pilot exhale. Ladies and gentlemen, Never want to hear a pilot exhale. Just a little feedback. Any pilots out there? You want your pilot to be like your therapist. You don't want to know that anything wrong in their life is happening. You want to think they live on that plane, and then when the plane is parked, they just like go to sleep, or they're hooked up to a machine that just plugs into the back of their head and just fills them with nutrients, and then they get back in the plane. I don't want to know that my pilot has a girlfriend. I don't want to know his hobbies. I don't want to picture him trimming his toenails, going for a jog. I don't want to picture him doing anything other than flying an airplane. Offering people jobs. So first of all, they said it was weather, and then he pretty much admitted, actually, it's staffing problems. We're so understaffed, we can't land the plane. So anybody back there wants to work for air traffic control, here's how you can get a job. What? No. Wrong. Weird. Uncomfortable. Everybody was laughing. So we get off the plane. I go into the lounge, right? And I'm just exhausted. You know, I'm just fucking exhausted. A woman starts yelling at my dog for being on the ground. She's like, I can sue you. Hammered. I can sue you if I trip over your dog, you know. And I said, look, you can ask, what you could have done is you could have just asked me to move the dog. You don't have to be condescending. By the way, he was like laying on my feet. She goes, I'm serious about that. Also, I don't believe he's a service dog. You ain't fooling nobody. He doesn't come across as a service dog. She starts laying into me, right? And I snap. I go, how dare you? How dare you? You don't know a fucking thing about me. You don't know what's going on inside here. You don't know anything about me. And thank God this couple in front of me, they totally stood up for me. They were like, yeah, good, get her, that bitch. And I go, you fucking cunt. I said that to her. I called her a cunt. Cunt's back, retard's back, all these words are back. Everybody seems to be on board. And so I was just pissed off because I was like, how dare you? You know what I mean? I'm sitting here, I'm writing, my flight's been canceled 5 fucking times. I'm on the plane, I'm off the plane. The pilot's offering me a job. I don't know what's going on. Go fuck yourself. Please stop harassing me. And she just starts going off. And I go, as she's icing her knee, right? She left, came back to ice. She's icing her knee. And I literally go, and I'm not proud of this, but I go, oh, faking an injury, are you? She goes, what are you talking about? I go, oh, that's a fake injury. Fake ice bag, not real. She goes, you want to see the stitches? I go, you want to see the stitches inside me? Huh? You want to know what's going on inside my mind? You want to know the shit I've seen? You want to know the details of the fucking gory fucking thing that I witnessed, which drove me out of my mind to getting a service animal so I don't fucking freak out, right? And she goes, no, I don't. And I go, shut the fuck up. Got back on the plane. So that happened. Get back on the plane. And then here we go. I recorded this.
3:05 departure time. That's plus or minus whatever LaGuardia decides that it is. So we're going to get out there and at least do our very, very best to get us the best time that we possibly can. So keep your fingers crossed back there. Hopefully everything.
Never want to hear fingers crossed on a plane. Pilot announcement 101. No exhaling, no fingers crossed. Uncross your fingers, put them on the goddamn wheel, and fly the fucking plane. Unbelievable.
Go real well, and they'll let us get airborne this time.
Hopefully it'll go very well.
As far as the weather in New York, it's not great.
It's not great. The hesitation, okay? No exhaling, no hesitation, no fingers crossed.
In the area, they're kind of periodically deciding to go right over the airfield and then sometimes slide off to the east of it. It looks like something's just going to continue for the rest of the afternoon and the evening time, honestly. As far as getting there is concerned, as long as they release us and allow us to go, we will go. Getting there and on the ground.
As far as getting there, as long as they release us, we will go.
This is one of the only things I'm actually super good at.
As far as landing, this is actually one of the things I'm super good at. Is landing? How's your takeoff? How's your mid-flight? How's your turbulence? How's your balance during turbulence? Emergency landing.
Basically possible for a mortal to get us on the ground. It looks like we'll be.
Hold on. Let's go back there.
I'm actually super good at.
Let's just go back.
We will go. Getting there and on the ground. This is one of the only things I'm actually super good at. If it's physically possible for a mortal to get us on the ground, it looks like we'll get you on the ground down there. But until we get any other updates,
if it's physically possible for a mortal to get you on the ground, we'll get you on the ground there? What are you talking about? Compared to who? A witch? A goblin? Harry Potter?
We'll go with that. Thanks, guys.
This guy is so depressing. I can't do it.
Did you hear the guy? The guy behind me?
This guy is so depressing. I can't do it. I'm so anxious.
The guy behind me goes, this guy's so depressing. I can't deal with this. The whole back of the plane is cracking up. Cracking up. By the way, half the plane got back on. Half the plane was empty because they're probably like, this guy's going to fucking run the plane into a mountain. Anyways, he got us home. And I took the risk of my life just to get those clips for you. So I hope you enjoyed those. As far as getting there, God, oh, jeez. I'm not good at much. Definitely not making announcements on an airplane or making people feel comfortable when my life's in their hands. But if a mortal can get you there, I'm going to get you there. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. And it's going to get worse with the equity, diversity requirements on airplanes. They now are like the Oscars, X amount of people. We need fucking 10 armless pilots who are just going to like nudge their shoulders into the wheel. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know? 5% should have epilepsy. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Wild shit is to come. But I hope, guys, if there's one thing I'm super good at, it's putting on a fun comedy show. So I'll see you, Brooklyn Comedy Club on the 7th, Pennsylvania on the August 12th, Long Island on the 17th, Texas on the 29th. Stay tuned for more of those Texas dates. Super excited to be back in New York to get the podcast back up and running. We'll start having guests back on and everything. Thanks for bearing with me. I just did not have the energy to do a episode during the shooting of the movie, folks, because I was fucking beat. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome week. Do something nice for yourselves, like fly Delta out of Nashville. Have a good night. See you soon. Love you.